Alright guys, this video is going to be talking about stop loss 2.0. I have a video in this course talking about the stop loss, but I still have a lot of students asking me questions about it, trying to have a better and bigger understanding on a stop loss, right? Because there's two kinds of traders out there. There's those that need to have a hard stop, and there's those that can do mental stop. Unfortunately, I'm just going to come out and say there's people that need to be reminded to lift the toilet seat, especially guys. Like, there's people that need to be reminded to, hey, before you take a piss, lift the toilet seat up. Hey, I just got done cooking dinner. Don't touch the stove. Why not? Because it's fucking hot. Unfortunately, there's people that need to be reminded to do something, or have someone do it for them, or just don't have that strength, that mental mindset to be disciplined with it. And that's okay, right? Mental strength is like a muscle. It will build over time. The more and more time, the stronger it gets. But until then, you need to basically set a hard stop, right? Which means you're physically placing an order out there where if the forex pair or the trade hits a certain area, it will stop you out. Now, my stop loss, right? My stop loss, um, other students' stop losses, everyone's stop loss is going to be different. Not everyone's stop loss is going to be the same. I can't stress this enough. I can't say this. I've said this thousands of times on social media, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. Nobody has the same fucking stop loss, okay? Because your account size is going to be different. My stop loss might be further up, right? Which means that if you took the same trade as me, you got a small account, it's really going against you, depending on the account size. Guys, it all boils down to how big of an account, how big of a, yes, your account size matters, but how big of a position are you taking? If you take a really, really small position, then you can afford to really let it go against you. But if you take a larger position, right? The only time a stop loss would matter across the board for every single person, every single trade is if every single person had the exact same account size and we all took the same position size. But because we all have different account sizes, because we're all taking different sizes, position sizes, the stop loss guys goes out the window, right? That's why one, I don't put the stop loss. I don't ever like mention it to anyone because I've there's times in the past where I've told people I'm looking, use this as a stop out, and they get stopped out, and they're like, "Oh, what the fuck, man? You told me to stop out." Just like this trade right here. This is a trade that I'm alerted in the past. We had a nice, beautiful push up. I was looking to sell it, obviously at this area, this 1.10460. Now, ideally, yeah, this was like my mental stop above, above the blue box. Like these were the areas where I was watching mentally. If she basically blew past that, I would stop it out. But at the same time, I didn't put a hard stop on this one, right? I didn't put a hard stop. So, this is, think of this like a cloud, right? Once it breaks out of the cloud, I'm basically like, fuck. But it, I still have those areas I'm watching. I don't have an actual order out there that's going to stop me out. Because if it did stop me out, and then obviously this happens, I'm pissed, right? I take these trades, right, based on the setups, right? One, the 15-minute. There it is again. You'll see me mention multiple times in this course about the 15-minute chart. I only use the 15-minute chart, guys. 15-minute chart, guys. That's it. But we saw this good trade, this good setup. Again, if I had told everyone, if I told everyone, make your stop loss 1 point. If I told everyone, hey guys, this is your stop loss right here. This is your stop loss. And obviously, say she came down, we sold this, and then also she pushed up, stopped us all out, pushed up a little bit more. Everyone's like, whew, good stop loss, bro. It's still going. And all of a sudden, boom, it hits that brick wall, and then she flushes hard. It's happened so many times where I've had people bitch me out saying, dude, what? Why'd you tell me to stop out right here, man? Why'd you tell me to stop out right here? Look how much fucking money I would have made. I would have never had a loss because of you. I lost money. You're the reason I lost money. because you told me to stop out. That's why I don't fuck with it no more. I don't tell people where to stop out. You need to figure out yourself, right? Where to stop out, and that boils down to your account size, right? So if I take, if I take 50 lots, right, 50 lots right here, um, and she goes up, yeah, I'm gonna feel the pressure with 50 lots versus maybe 5 lots, 5.0. If I take 5 lots, so if I take 5 lots and Jason takes 50 lots, and let's say Sam takes 1.0 lots, well, me and Sam aren't going to feel the pressure as much as somebody with 50 lots. You see what I'm saying? So he might be like, well, I take 50 lots, I'm feeling the pressure up here. We might be like, fuck it, we can let it go a little bit more. At the end of the day, we're watching the trade setup. So again, your stop loss should be based on you should know, right? It's like drinking, guys, right? We go out to the bar, let's start drinking. You should know your tolerance. You should be like, all right, well, if I have 5 beers, I'm pretty fucked up. I can't drive home, but I need to drive home because my car's outside. Okay, well then don't have 5 beers. But it tastes good. I know it tastes good. I want to get fucked up. Well, then you have to call for an Uber if you want to get fucked up. I don't want to call for an Uber, right? Those guys are weird, or whatever. I'm saying Uber drivers are weird, but speaking out loud here. It's like, do you? Hopefully, you guys are kind of like, I see what he means. That's what I'd hope. If I haven't already talked about it in the course, you'll hear me talk about this later on about getting this trade assist tool. This will help you, right? So in this case, I have a $500 account. I'm just using a small account, $500, just so you guys can kind of compare, right? Because I notice I notice about at least 90% of people fund their account, right? 90% of people put at least $500 in their account. I'd say the majority of people do like 600 to 700, but $500 is the least. Now, when you add this trade assist tool to all your charts for your forex pairs, it will tell you guys, it will tell you right up here the max lots you could take. Now, could you take 2.00 of this forex pair? Sure, you can. You can take 2 lots for sure, 100%. Line, right? We see here, right? It basically tells you that you could jump in this trade right now, look to buy it, right? You can look to buy it. She goes up here, you'll make 114 bucks. If it comes down here, you'll lose $94. Is this good risk management? Probably not, because one, you have a $5 account and you're willing to lose 95 bucks. Means basically if you're risking $100 each trade to make 115 or $200, you basically guys, what it boils down to is you can fuck up 5 times before you blow up your account. That's why with forex trading, you don't really blow up your account. When you trade stocks and options, you actually blow up your account in like a day or a trade or 3 trades. And what I mean by that is like your account's like zero. Like you jump in, you use your account, and next thing you know, you're like, wait a second, this morning my account was at 800 bucks. Now it's like at zero, or I owe my broker money, right? That won't happen with forex. You'll take like you basically, like, tell people, you basically bleed out. That $500 account will become, you know, 406, and then that 406 account might become 329, and that 329 account might become 280, and that 280 account might become 216, and that 216 account might become, 174, and you're like, oh fuck me, I've made like 6 7 trades and my account's slowly bleeding out. That's what I mean with forex. You don't blow up your account, you bleed out your account. So again, if you have a $500 account, and you say you risk $100 each trade, well then you can kind of fuck up 5 times. You see what I'm saying? But if you risk, you know, 50 to make 100, right? Then it's kind of like, okay, well, I could kind of screw up 10 times. But if you go even less, like $25, so you're risking $25 to make, anywhere from 50 to 100, or 50 to 75. You see what I'm saying? Like that's better. Like that's better. You have to, with this small account, guys. You have to take small gains so you can build that cushion, that support, that nest. Okay. So, with a $500 account, I personally think you shouldn't. I don't think you necessarily need it's really up to you guys, but like I don't think you should be trying to swing for the fences here with the $5 account. You get there's multiple things you can trade, multiple forex pairs, US 30 if you wanted to. Some people don't like the US 30; say it's very very fast, aggressive. So if you want to take smaller, like so, like in this case right here, this was a really nice setup. We had a big massive push to the upside. So let's say if you took let's say if you took 0.50 lots, um, you know, for a sell up here, right? So let's say you took a sell, you obviously have your area where you're looking to stop out, right? You're looking for an area where this is obviously your stop loss, um, and you have your area for take profit. You're looking to make $26, and you're risking $10. That's not bad, right? It's those small trades, those small gains that will make you successful, make you money, help you grow your account. Now, you got to capture those small gains on the right fucking setup. The problem is that people take bullshit setups. People will jump in trades. Again, I'm looking at big body candles, big body candles. You'll get people, man, why the fuck is this doing this? You'll get people that take like, um, kind of like bullshit consolidation trades like this right here, where they don't know if it's going to basically go up or go down, which I rather just watch big body candles form multiple consecutive times. Okay, so I don't know. I'm kind of hoping this video, this 2.0 um, stop loss, kind of helps you guys. I really do, because like I said, I feel like it's a big confusion for a lot of people. Every time you get a trade, you have to set a stop loss. But I notice a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people will say to me, they're like, "Hey man, I keep getting stopped out, right?" A lot of people, they'll jump in a trade and they keep getting stopped out. Maybe again, a trade like this, they get stopped out. Well, so to prevent yourself from getting stopped out, you need to basically not have your stop loss so close, have it further out, and then in return, most people will be like, "Well, that means I'm going to lose more money." But then reduce your size. You see what I'm saying? If you reduce your size, then it basically counterbalances itself. Okay, it'll counterbalance itself. So yeah, there's gonna be times like with trades like this, well, people will say to me, "Man, like you got in, like you said you're looking to sell right here, you got filled, but then it pushed up, like why didn't you stop out? Why didn't it stop you out?" One, I have a mental stop. I'm physically watching this thing for these areas, because I've noticed a lot of times what happens is it'll push up, you'll get stopped out, and all of a sudden, boom, it snaps rubber bands back. I've seen it hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, right? And the reason I'm so convinced with like trades like this is because it basically showed me, okay, we had 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 hour. 1, 2, 3. 1 hour and 45 minutes. This thing's been uptrending. You see what I'm saying? It needs some red. It needs some area of drawdown, pullback. That's what I wanted, right? So you get all these people that jump in this trade. They're looking to sell it, make money on the way down. They got a stop loss. They might have a stop loss right here. They might have a stop loss right here. They might have a stop loss at the top of this wick. They might have a stop loss at, I don't know, man, fucking what right here. They might have a stop loss right here. You know, and what happens is you have this like massive push, massive buy, and it just stops everyone out. Stopped out, stopped out, stopped out, stopped out. And you get guys that they're taking bigger size, so they're trying to protect their capital. But then you have guys that have smaller size, and they're like, "Oh, I'm good with it going against me." You have to basically figure out the risk to reward. Like at the end of the day, you know, um, I wanted to see this one. I wanted to see this one pull back to this line ultimately right here. So this right profit zone is much bigger. It's bigger than this basically loss zone, right? In a way, it's kind of similar to like a 101, but it's really not. I was convinced, right? I was convinced, right? With this one, I was willing, and you gotta understand something. I made profit on the day, so with the trade like this, if I'm up, the way I look at it, guys, is let's say my very first trade on the day, I make like $1,000, then to me, I'm like, okay, well, I'll risk 500 of that right on the next trade, which means like I'm fine. I'm fine if the next trade goes against me $500. At the end of the day, I just want to walk away with the market with some sort of money. You see what I'm saying? And if that basically like happens, then kind of like mentally, let's say if I take a loss, a $500 loss, well, I still have $500 in the day. I still got enough money to buy some Big Macs and McDonald's Happy Meals or whatever the hell I want. But at the end of the day, it's a win-win for me. You see what I'm saying? So again, with the stop loss, again, it really boils down to your account size. If you obviously have a $5 account, well then you can, I would say, I don't want to tell you guys what to do, but me, I'd be like, okay, well, I'm gonna try and look. I'm gonna basically risk um, 25 bucks to try and make 50 to 75, 50 to $100. You see what I'm saying? If I have a $25 loss, all right, my account's at 475. If I have another $25 loss, oh, okay, my account's at 450. If I have another $25 loss, my account's at 425. So you could basically fuck up 4, 8, 12, 16, like 20 times. Yeah, 20. You can basically take 20. You have to be wrong 20 times for your account to be at zero. 20 times? Like, there's guys that go to the casino with $500 and they lose everything in like 5 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So if you come to the market and take basically if you take one trade a day, you're trying to make 50 to $100 and you're risking $25. Think about that. Let me say this very slow. You come one day out of the one you come once a day to the forex markets. Look for the best setup, whether it's US 30, EUR um, NAS 100, US dollar CHF. You come every single day, one day a week, or not one day a week. You come once on Monday, once on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's 5 days right there. You're trying to make 50. You're trying to make 50 to $100. You're risking 25. So say if you're wrong the whole week, which again you have to think about this. You have to be wrong every day, and I highly doubt that. Again, it all boils down to discipline, risk management, and stop being so fucking stubborn, man. That's the thing. So many people like this shit isn't hard, but what the hard part is the mental part, and people don't set stop losses. They move their stop loss. I've seen guys where like they'll have they're like, okay, this is my they're like I'll just use they're like that's my stop loss, and like it gets close to their stop loss, and they'll basically like delete their stop loss, and like I can't delete it, but they'll basically delete their stop loss and they move it to right here. And it keeps going up and they move their stop loss to the next area. And they move their stop loss to the next area. And they're like, no, I'm gonna make my stop loss right there. They basically keep moving their stop loss. And you shouldn't do that. You should just do proper trading and keep it in the right set area. So hopefully this video helps and educates you guys on stop losses. Again, I keep making these videos. More detailed, more further education as they get requested from the current students that have they'll watch the course earlier on, and I'm perfectly happy and fine with doing that. If people say, "Hey, man, I want a video on this," I'll make it. It's no problem. It's real easy because I know it's going to help and benefit you, and it's going to help others. So that's it. I try to not keep these too long. I apologize if they are long. That's the last thing I wanted was for this course to be super, super long, but I guess people like it. So cheers.